Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live 4,000 subscribers celebration. Over the past week and a half, when I was covering the Venice Film Festival, you guys came in strong, and we finally surpassed the 4,000 subscriber milestone. I couldn't celebrate at the time, unfortunately. That was just always constantly on the move between going to the Lido to watch movies, going back to my Airbnb to record, and then edit the reviews so they could be ready for the time of the embargo. So I thought, now that I'm back home, now that I've settled a little bit, I'm in the last stretch of still covering the Venice Film Festival, as I have a ranking ready to go. The video is edited, it's done. I just need to make the thumbnail and properly upload it. Other than that, I'm back home, and it's time to, number one, to celebrate with you all who got us over the threshold. And we continue to grow quite a bit, to a significant level after that, because we didn't just cross 4,000 and we stopped. We are right now at 4,140 subscribers, and that is all thanks to you who watch, who comment, who like, who share, and the new people who found the channel in the meantime through the Venice Film Festival, who have made officially, by the way, The Whale is the most watched video on the channel. It has officially surpassed my The Boys Season 2 finale review, which sat just at 19,000 views, and now The Whale is at 20,000 views, and it's still going strong. So thank you, because it's a review that doesn't sound the best, nor does The Whale have the most material out there to use in the review. There's 3 pictures of The Whale on the A24 press site, and one of them is even a backstage picture of Andrew Aronofsky, not Andrew, Darren Aronofsky, using a viewfinder to establish a shot. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for surpassing this milestone, for keeping on growing after that. I can only keep on working. There's a review now for Pinocchio. See how they run. That's nothing to do with with the Venice Film Festival. And next month, there's already another festival. I need to rest in the meanwhile, and I promise I will rest so I can keep give you energized videos. But as of right now, we got to celebrate, man. And I have nothing to do here. I do not commend the show. You guys commend the show. I see you all in the live chat. Tony Movie Chappie, my brother Real James, Damien Scott, SBC Bird, Meters Reviews. Did I say Damien Scott? If I didn't, Damien Scott is here. Thank you all so much for being here. And now it's up to you. Now this is just a Q&A where I will answer your questions. I have nothing to say other than thank you so much for checking out all my reviews before the Venice Film Festival, for checking out the reviews of the Venice Film Festival, and yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to say thank you, and now bring on your questions that you have for the show. I'll be here for an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, if it's justifiable, if there's enough questions for it. But other than that, please ask away, because I just want to talk with you guys, be it about movies or anything else. All right, let's start with I'm seeing very kind words on the chat, by the way, so thank you so much to Eric Thorpe Reviews. I don't know if I said Eric Thorpe, but Eric Thorpe, you don't need to stick around. Thank you much for stopping by just to say a kind word of encouragement. Deminician Scott, who's enjoying Stargirl, SPC Bird, a good friend of mine on the online space, Tony Movie Chappie, Meters Reviews, very humbling. I'm very glad you enjoy the VFF coverage. Hopefully I get to do it again next year. There's another festival coverage coming that is even more packed. I have 20 movies to watch over at LFF, and maybe next year, TIFF, baby. Maybe next year. I don't want to dream too big, but maybe. All right. Meters Reviews asks, what are you looking forward to more? I hate that you asked this question. The Fabelmans or Babylon? So the trailer for not for Babylon, we still don't have a trailer for that, but the trailer for The Fabelmans just came out, and it had me tearing up. And Babylon just released its first look pictures. because look, in all honesty, it has an advantage because we've seen what the story is, and the story feels deeply personal, and it carries that sense of awe that is so Spielbergian. I'm very much looking forward to Babylon. Don't get me wrong. If we didn't get the trailer today, I would probably go Babylon. But because the trailer is out, I will give the edge to the Fablemans, just because the story itself I connect to. I'm sure Chazelle's not going to disappoint. I'm probably going to prefer Babylon whenever I see it. But as of right now, the trailer gives it the advantage. So the point goes to the Fablemans for today. If throughout this week we get a Babylon trailer, you can ask me again at next week's This Week in Geek. WTC and Scott, are you caught up on Stargirl so far? I'm not. I gave up on Stargirl. I watched the entire first season, and then I watched episode 1 of season 2, and I gave up. I thought the first season was inconsistent. It didn't have episodes that were worse than the worst of Supergirl or the worst of Black Lightning. And there were some really good episodes in it actually, but it was a very inconsistent show. And then the first episode of season 2 just really dragged for me, and it was kind of equally as bad as the worst of Supergirl and the worst of Black Lightning. So I gave up on that one. Solid first season. I enjoyed it fine enough, but I'm not caught up. I had to drop that one. All right, where are we? SPC Bird, are you going to be reviewing the Halloween franchise this year? I'm working on mine right now. If I review the Halloween franchise, it would maybe be just the original and maybe re-reviewing the 2018 one. Halloween Kills came out last year. My channel, like my audio, my visuals, my set, they didn't change that much to justify a new review for something that just came out last year. But for 2018, I think I've evolved enough from 2018 to justify re-reviewing that one. And I don't think I've ever reviewed the original. So I definitely think I would review the original just because it's canon and it's one of the greatest movies of all time. But I don't think I'll review all of them. I did a ranking on my Letterboxd last year. There's a list on my Letterboxd where it's the ranking of all the Halloween movies. If you follow me on Letterboxd, there's the list. If you don't, I'm at Ren Geekness, just like with everything in social media. So maybe 2 Halloween movies, but I don't think I am reviewing all the. How many are there? Is it 12, 13? It's not 12, 13. It's probably 10 at this point. It's going to be 11 with ends. Not sure, but yeah, not reviewing all of them, just maybe the 2 original ones. Lady Aaron's here. Once again, congrats on 4K subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here on this live Q&A to celebrate everything that we've accomplished, because it's because of you. Lady Aaron, would you say that the Fableman's trailer is one of the best trailers of the year, based on your reaction? Yeah, of the year. Yeah, I think very much so. The trailer is one of the best of the year. The poster is one of the best of the year. I would frame that on my wall, by the way. It's definitely, I mean, off the top of my head, I obviously don't remember every single trailer of the year. But, I mean, it's better than the trailer for Thor Love and Thunder. You guys know how much I love Love and Thunder. It's better than the trailers for Maverick. I love Top Gun Maverick is the best movie of the year. Honestly, out of all the movies I'm excited for, right now, because it has a trailer, again, Babylon having a trailer could change that, but right now, I don't see any movie that I'm excited for beating Top Gun Maverick as my number 1 of the year, except maybe for the Fablemans. There's a chance there. Yeah, Mandalorian trailer came out yesterday. That's a good trailer, and they packed so much into 1 minute and 50 seconds. At one point, I was still watching the trailer, and I was like, this is not ending. How are they packing so much? Because this is not even 2 minutes. So I was really impressed. I was really impressed with that trailer. Ooh, what'd you think of D23 overall? Underwhelming? Yeah, I won't call it a bust. I won't call it a failure, but I will call it severely underwhelming. Like, they did not live up to what they promised, to what, I mean, obviously our expectation should not come into the equation, but Yeah, they severely underdelivered. I will say that Star Wars just about met the bar. The Lucasfilm panel just about met the bar. I think they should have released a trailer for Indiana Jones for us, the public, because I know people over there got to see it, and I think we should know a title by now. I think we should be excited. Like, come the end of the year, I want to have Indiana Jones that I'm my most anticipated. I don't want to just call it Indy 5. I want to call it Indiana Jones and the Fart Machine, or however it's going to be called. Patent pending on that title. So yeah, I think Lucasfilm just about met the the expectation, or just about justified an entire panel dedicated to it. But Marvel, they severely underdelivered, I think, particularly with what came out for us. We had a Werewolf by Night trailer, which I'm on, and we had a Thunderbolts lineup, which I'm interesting. Let's see how you justify that. And oh, but the Secret Invasion trailer, mwah, fucking love it. I love it. That is it the best trailer for any of their shows? I don't know if it's, you know what? The trailers for Moon Knight as trailers, I was always going to be excited for that show because it's Moon Knight, but the trailers themselves always just about missed being great by this much. I think Secret Invasion may not be as good as the Loki trailers, but if anything, is just below it. So yeah, I think Marvel underdelivered, but Lucasfilm was all right. Jack Alexander, what are some famous horror movie that you? What are some famous horror movies that you have never seen that you plan on watching this October? For me, it's the original Exorcist and The Fly. That's a good question. Obviously, I love The Exorcist. It's the greatest horror movie of all time. The Fly. I've seen The Fly once. Maybe it is time I rewatch it. What are some horror movies that I've never seen? Um, Greatest horror movies of all time. You know what? Last year, for that ranking that I talked about of where I ranked all the Halloween movies, that's because I watched all the Halloween movies. I didn't review them all, but I just binged them because I had never seen them. I had seen the original, I had seen two, and I saw the Rob Zombie remake, the original Rob Zombie remake, and that's it. I had never seen any of the. Obviously, I saw the 2018 one when it came out, but in preparation for Kills, I rewatched the original. I watched two, and then I went through them all, and I even watched the second Rob Zombie remake, which is abysmal. Never watching that again. You know what I should do this week? Not this week, this October. And again, I'm not necessarily reviewing them all on the channel. I'm not even reviewing a single one of them. But I've never seen all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I've really only seen the first one. So it would be fun to marathon that. Also, Friday the 13th. I've only seen the first three or the first four, but I think it's just the first three. So it would be really fun to marathon that as well. Again, I don't think it justifies reviewing that on the channel. I don't think many people would care, but that would be fun. What else have I not seen? The Descent I've seen. Candyman, I've only seen the first one, but I'm not a big fan of the first one, so I don't think I'm going to put myself through the rest because even fans say it's not good. Oh, you know what I've never seen? I think it's going to shock a lot. I think I said it on the show, but I've never seen the original Poltergeist. Never seen the remake, obviously, but I've never seen the original Poltergeist. So maybe it's time to watch that one. That's a big miss. I should have remembered that one off the top of my head. The Evil Dead franchise. I've seen the first one. I did not care for the remake whatsoever. Maybe I should watch the original trilogy. And that's about it. Like, of the suggestions. Oh, Hellraiser. Never seen a single Hellraiser. That'd be fun. That's probably because there's a remake coming out as well, so I probably should get on that. A few. I mean, I went more franchise than proper single horror films, but those are just a few of the ones that I remember. Thoughts on the casting and artwork for the Thunderbolts. I did a short earlier today on my quick thoughts on the lineup. It's an underwhelming lineup. Like, you have 3 versions of Captain America, you have 2 versions of Black Widow, and you have Ghost, which is very useful. John Walker makes sense to be there. Taskmaster makes sense to be there. I'm willing to wait, obviously, and change my opinion on how you get Yelena and Bucky in there. Right now, though, it feels very regressive for their characters. I love seeing that if Yelena is there, Red Guardian is there. Like, he's following his little girl, and he could be the reason she is forced into being a part of this. I found it strange to see Val in the lineup. Obviously, we expect Val to be in the movie itself. We expect her to bring the Thunderbolts together, but I just think it's weird that she is in the actual lineup. Like the Suicide Squad, you don't see Amanda Waller in the lineup, right? So I was surprised to see her. I think they're keeping Abomination hidden as to not spoil She-Hulk, because as I talked about in my She-Hulk reviews, Abomination is playing She-Hulk. He's playing the government. He wants to get out. Um, we'll also probably get a leader cameo now that it's been announced for Captain America: New World Order, and I love this crossing of the streams when it comes to villains and heroes combating one another. Um, but the lineup is strange. I like all these individual characters. I want to see more of these individual characters, but I don't know if Thunderbolts is the right thing, you know? And the biggest gripe I have is, where's Zemo? How is Zemo not a part of the Thunderbolts? So that's my thoughts. Conflicted right now, but I'll be there day one because it's the MCU. What are some good movies that you have watched only once but will never watch again? Detroit, Schindler's List, Hachi: A Dog's Tale, The Father, and I want to watch The Sun again. I don't know if I'll watch it at LFF, but I want to watch The Sun again. So yeah, those are just like, there's 5 right there that are hard to watch once more. So Ren, the Fantastic Forecast. I can't believe that they cast Zach as Johnny Storm. I'll tell you this, they're cast. I don't know why they didn't reveal it. I don't know why they didn't use the platform that is D23. It's like, it's their own private Comic-Con. It's their WrestleMania. It's their Grand Prix. It's their UFC 270, whatever the fuck is the next one. I don't know how they didn't take the hugest platform they could to announce that. I still believe entirely they're already cast. I don't know when we're going to hear about it. Maybe there's something in Black Panther that would be spoiled if they announced it already, but we'll see. Zach Milne talks movies. Congrats on 4K. Thank you very much, Zach. That is very kind of you. Thank you for being here and for the words of encouragement. Actually disagree with you. I'm actually really looking forward to Werewolf by Night. I like that it feels. I like that it has the feel of classic monster movies of the 30s. Just feel different from the MCU. I agree with all of that. I'm just not necessarily a fan of the campiness of those of the classic monster movies. I wish they took the serious route with the classic monster movies, because the black and white looks great. We see Man-Thing right there, but I think the makeup looks awful. Just the trailer didn't sell me on it, apart from surface level stuff. The special could be amazing. I'll be there to watch it. I'll be there to review it. Hopefully I get a screener. And yeah, I'm just not convinced yet, but I'm not like, this looks horrible. Lady Aaron, how do you rank all of Damien Chazelle's movies from worst to best, and why would you? So how do I rank them? It's tough because they're all number one. They're all number one, really. But so it literally is a matter of preference. Like, I don't think any of them is particularly better than the other. It's just a matter of preference. So I'm going to go from Whiplash to First Man to La La Land at number one. So that's it. But they're all number one. I don't think any of them is bad. Werewolf by Night, one of the few things in the MCU that I'm super excited for. That's fair. That's fair. A lot of people are loving it. I'm definitely in the minority. What did we learn today about these horror films that Ren hasn't seen? He's a scaredy cat. I'm not. I'm genuinely not. In fact, what is one movie that has scared me? I don't think any movie has scared me. A lot of movies have creeped me out. They give that sense of eeriness. And even when they do scare me, and obviously I'm blanking on any, the Witch creeps the fuck out of me. But even in that moment of creepiness where I'm feeling scared, I'm excited that it is scaring me. All right, I'm in. This is great that it's scaring me. So I'm a weird guy. When I feel scared, I don't back away. I get closer to being engaged into the film. Lady Aaron, I can wait for your ranking of the movies that you saw at the Venice Film Festival today. What time will the video be out for us to see? So depends. So right now it's 6:20 p.m. over here where I'm from. Ideally, we're going to end this at 7 my time or 7:10 maybe. Then I just need to do the thumbnail and the video should be out. So I'll probably aim to put it out at 8 p.m. my time. That's 1 hour 40 minutes from now. So adjust that to your time zone. 8 p.m. BST, that is the time where I should upload it. So mark that on your calendars. Okay, I see a part 1 of 2, so let me check. Lady Aaron, I know that you weren't a big fan of White Noise, but I'm very excited to see it, even though I have to wait till December to see it. How was Adam Driver in White Noise? Was he really good, middle of the road, or not good? Well, I did a review for it. I talked about it in my review. He's really good. Everyone is great. It's just a movie that I think the parts of it are better than the whole when it comes together. Nothing against the performances, really. Tony Movie Chappie. Sadly, I haven't seen Poltergeist yet, but I do plan in the future. Same with the 2 sequels and the remake. I didn't know it had 2 sequels. I think for now, at least, I'm going to stick with just watching the original. That supposedly was secretly directed by Spielberg. And there's a shot in the Fabelmans trailer, like, that's straight out of Poltergeist, which just gives more credence to the belief that he secretly directed that movie. Zico AP, do you think Bucky and Elena aren't the Thunderbolts because Val might be blackmailing them? Because aren't the Thunderbolts a group of morally gray characters who seek redemption? Depends on the line. Well, not the lineup. Depends on the incarnation of the Thunderbolts. In the comics, there are several ones. One of my favorite runs in recent memory had Red Hulk, Agent Venom, the Punisher, Deadpool, Elektra, like completely different than what we're seeing in this movie. So it could very much be blackmail. Because, like, everything we know as of right now about Yelena, like, she shouldn't be on the lineup. Everything we know about Bucky, he shouldn't be on the lineup. He's best friends with Captain America. How is that guy going to be in the Thunderbolts, you know? So there's got to be some sort of logic in there. Maybe blackmail. Val could be threatening the life of Red Guardian. That's how Yelena comes in to protect her father. Bucky, I mean, who knows? It's so complicated to guess right now. And that's why I'm saying with the information that we have right now, it feels regressive. I'm sure they'll justify it, whether it's a good justification or a bad one. But as of right now, I'm like, why is this the lineup, you know? What else we got? Anirudh, thank you so much. Congratulations on 4K subs. Which is the best actor frontrunners would you personally vote for? Hugh Jackman in The Sun, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Colin Farrell, Banshees. I'm so happy he won the prize at Venice, by the way. I did not expect it. I hope we get at least a nomination come Oscar season. Or Austin Butler as Elvis. So I've been talking about this one a lot with a lot of people that have asked me since I saw a ton of the stuff at Venice. Austin, Hugh, Brandon, those are the 3 front runners. If it goes to any of them, as of right now at least, if it goes to any of them, I'll be happy. I won't complain. Austin Butler has that kind of transformative performance that the Oscars love when it comes to those classic biopics. Like, he is absolutely transformative into this real life person. Brendan Fraser has the whole comeback story everyone loves. And Hugh Jackman, and again, another person like Brendan Fraser who is beloved by the masses. Just one of the kindest human beings working out there, right? And his work is absolutely sublime. I think right now I would put Brendan Fraser as the front runner. And I would love to see it go to him. But Colin Farrell is surprising a lot of people. He surprised me, and he's one of my favorite actors. I find him tremendously underrated. But I think he just sits below any of the other 3. Right now, I'm going to give the edge to Brendan Fraser. Because when it comes to The Whale, everyone that is raving about it, and most people, the vast majority, is raving about it, it's because of him, because he carries that entire movie. Hugh Jackman, everyone's raving about him, but not everyone is raving about the son itself. Same thing goes to Elvis. Everyone raves about Austin Butler, but not everyone raves about the movie itself. So I think that gives the edge to Brandon. Joe Fletcher, do you think Werewolf by Night will tie into the MCU, or do you think it'll be a standalone story in a different universe like Joker for DC? Definitely ties into the MCU, but it is in the past. It is like in the 1930s or 20s. We do see Elsa Bloodstone. I'm not going to spoil anything about the character in case you don't know and in case it's important to the special, But I think it's going to be distanced enough that someone who doesn't necessarily enjoy the MCU, someone who hasn't gotten into the MCU yet, can catch this and be like, oh, this is interesting, and you don't miss anything if you don't see anything else in the MCU. But by the end, I think there are some nice connections in there, maybe to Moon Knight, maybe to Blade and Black Knight, to that whole dark, mystic, supernatural side of the MCU. Joe Fletcher, with Daredevil Born Again now being a sort of reboot, where would you like to see them take the direction of the TV show? Just tell me good Daredevil stories. Follow him on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, juggling his faith and his actions as a vigilante with his lawyer life. I would love. This is a storyline in the comics that not everyone loved. The vast majority of people really didn't like. I love it though, and I want to see Shadowland come to life. And that is when Daredevil becomes violent, becomes mean, becomes nasty, and gains a twisted new sense of justice, and he becomes the new Kingpin. And I'm not saying he becomes like Wilson Fisk. He has the suits, and he gives a face to the people, runs for mayor. No. Daredevil, not Matt Murdock. Daredevil becomes the Kingpin. And so anyone who walks the streets of Hell's Kitchen has to answer to him, and he becomes frightening in that storyline. So I want to see that. I want to see that come to life because I love the Shadowland storyline. Joe Fletcher, do you think Krasinski will be Reed Richards in the 616 universe, and do you think there is any truth to the rumors of Jodie Comer playing Sue Storm? I still think John Krasinski. Look, I don't think it's 100% sure thing, but I think there's a good chance still that John Krasinski will be our Reed Richards. Truth to the rumors of Jodie Comer playing Sue Storm? I don't know. Because we talked about this. We didn't talk about this due to Sue Storm, but we were referring to something else that rumors came out about something. So rumors came out about Jodie Comer, and they came from pretty reliable sources. But no other of the reliable sources have picked it up since. They've not corroborated this. Sometimes you'll see a rumor coming from a source that is not very reliable, and then when the other sources don't pick it up, you know it's fake. Sometimes you'll see a rumor coming from a source that is reliable, and then the other ones don't pick it up, you know it's fake. Sometimes you'll see a rumor come up from a source that isn't reliable, but then the reliable ones pick it up. And so you have to keep an eye on it because it starts to get some traction. Jodie Comer is the one that comes from a reliable source, but no one else has really picked it up that I've seen, at least. I think she'd be an incredible choice. She'd be a major asset to the MCU. So I really don't know, but I hope it's true because I'd love for her to be it. Unless we have Emily Blunt, that's still my number one choice. Jack Alexander, did you see the Santa Claus's trailer? And if so, what are your thoughts? I grew up with the original film, but recently watched it and was just kind of annoyed by it. I didn't. I've seen the original here and there. Every now and then it played on TV on Christmas, but I never was attached to it. I don't think I've ever seen 2 or 3 with Martin Short as Jack Frost. So I didn't have any interest in this. In fact, I missed a ton of the Disney trailers that came out yesterday after Marvel and Lucasfilm. I caught the trailer for the National Planet show, which actually looks pretty solid, even though it doesn't have Nicolas Cage and all that. But as someone who despised like the idea of not having Nicolas Cage, of doing this instead of the movie, as someone who thought the first look for the show was really underwhelming, where instead of promoting like the sense of adventure, looking for treasures amidst American history, was just a group of teens sitting in the jail cell. The trailer was pretty solid, I thought. And then I saw the trailer for Big Shot Season 2. But apparently, there's more trailers for stuff I'm not aware of. But those were the two ones that I found. Santa Claus, I saw the trailer was out, but like I wasn't interested. I'm not going. I don't plan on watching the series, so I didn't care to watch it. But I'm not surprised to hear that. uh, what John Roca hates loud. I met John Roca once when I was on the waiting room for interviews, online, virtual. I didn't know. I didn't know he hated it. Oh man. Lady Aaron, favorite Pokemon that has been revealed so far for Scarlet and Violet, and do you think they'll keep the evolutions under wraps until the game comes out? I really want to start evolutions too, as it will make it easier for me to pick my main starter. And will you do main Scarlet, Violet, or will you get the double pack? I'll get the double pack, but Scarlet will be my main because I prefer Koraidon over Miraidon. Favorite Pokemon that has been revealed? I honestly want to say Fuecoco, the fire starter, but I'm really afraid that they'll screw up the evolutions because for a while they've screwed me up with starters. For the most part, in the beginning of Pokemon, several generations, I was like, the fire starter is my favorite, the fire starter is my favorite, the fire starter is my favorite. Delphox, I hated, so I didn't choose. Um, I'm forgetting the name of the fire starter from Unova. The little fox. I'm only remembering Delphox, the final stage. I didn't like Delphox. I didn't like Cinderace. Did I like the one that came before that? I don't remember. But I think I chose the water starters for the most part for a while. So I hope they don't burn me. I really hope they don't burn me. I really like the new guys that were introduced. The fire ones. One is like a fire armor, and another one is a dark type. So he's also fire, but it's a blue, purplish, black fire that he has. Those two are awesome looking. They are badass. Gigo EP. Also, if David Arbor and Florence Pugh are on Thunderbolts, what about Rachel Weisz? Could be dead, or they could just say she is somewhere else. She wasn't caught by Val. Maybe they divorced between movies. Maybe she died. I don't know. Or maybe it's a surprise they're keeping. All right. Tony Vichapi, which one? Fun fact, the two writers of Poltergeist also wrote Cool World, which is a very weird movie that I love. And that should be getting the Shout Factory Blu-ray on Tuesday. That's awesome. I remember you asking about Cool World a lot. It's a movie I'm very well aware of, but I've just never seen. Real quick, I'm going to step out of camera just to get my water, but I'm not going anywhere. We're not going to interrupt the stream. Just real fast. And here I am back. All right. Lady Aaron, have the awards at the Venice Film Festival, they have prizes. Like I'm not sure they give actual like statues, like the Oscars or the Emmys or such, but they give awards at the end, or they give titles like best movie in competition, and all that. They do it at every festival, but it's not a big deal. Joe Fletcher, do you think we could possibly see Zemo in Wakanda forever, as at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, he was taken by the Wakandas, presumably to prison? I think so. I think it'd be weird if we don't, unless they just say he's there, but we don't actually see him. I also think there's a good chance, since we're going to have a funeral for T'Challa, I think there's a good chance we could see old man Captain America in there. Maybe a quick cameo. We don't need to justify. We just need to see him in the background and go, oh, there he is. No one in the movie actually needs to acknowledge it. All right. Channel member MSB, thank you so much. Shout out to my channel members MSB, Nate Ackenbauer, Film Bruna, and new member Juan Moreno. Thank you all for the support. Big part of how we're here, over 4,000 subs, is because of you. So shout out to you. Ren, just passing through to congratulate you on 4K subscribers. Thank you so much. I pay the first beer in LFF to celebrate. Can't wait to experience the festival with you, buddy. I can't wait, man. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be an exhausting blast, but that's just festival life. MSB, for those who don't know, he's a friend of mine from Portugal. He's coming over to cover LFF. It will be his first time. And as someone who is experienced in LFF, but has in fact just been to another festival for the first time, I can't wait to experience vicariously through him. It is a really good lineup this year for LFF so far. And apparently tomorrow there are some late additions being introduced. So here's hoping for the Fablemans. All right, MSB, what's your favorite Colin Farrell performance? I would say, from what I've seen him in Bruges, I'm going Seven Psychopaths and Saving Mr. Banks. Saving Mr. Banks is the movie that made me go, Colin Farrell is a fucking great actor. Because that movie has Emma Thompson and it has Tom Hanks, and the best performance in that entire movie is still Colin Farrell. So that tells you something about an actor's quality, right? So yeah, those are my two favorites. Not that he isn't good in Bruges. He is really good as this sort of tormented soul. I'm going to say why. For those who haven't seen the movie, go watch it because it's a really good one. Lady Aaron, since the summer season is basically over at this point, what would you say is the best movie, most surprising movie, most disappointing movie, and worst movie of summer 2022? So best movie, obviously, it's Top Gun Maverick. No, no surprise there, because it's the #1 movie of the year for me still. What's the other one? Most surprising movie. Let me quickly go to my Letterboxd. Again, if you don't follow me on Letterboxd but want to, I'm at Ren Geekness. I'm at Ren Geekness everywhere. Most surprising movie of the summer. That's a tough question. Most disappointing movie, I'm going to go with my answer from yesterday, and that is Jurassic World Dominion. It's not the worst movie of the summer, but it's definitely the most disappointing. Because even though I was disappointed in Fallen Kingdom, the trailers for Dominion look really good. Most surprising movie of the summer. Does Ambulance count as the summer? Because that one really surprised me. Prey was the bad guys were really surprising. Leo Grand was surprising. That came out during the summer, so that counts. Sonic doesn't count. It didn't come out during the summer. Worst movie of the summer 2022. What are my worst movies of the year? Because maybe I have one there. Let me just. I've seen 142 movies this year. Well, I've seen 143, but I didn't count. I didn't log one of them yet. Me Time is pretty shit. I shouldn't have Fathers 2 below me Time, but Men from Toronto is really, really bad. The next 365 days, that one came out, so that is easily the worst movie I saw this entire summer. So yeah, that's my list off the top of my head. Let's go to the next one. Just subscribe. I watched your videos for a while now, and I thought I already was, but I am now. Well, thank you so much, and it happens every time. Usually, YouTube has this sort of like purge for subscribers, and it will sometime unsubscribe you from a channel. It will take the notification bell out if you have clicked on it to be notified when videos come up. So thank you very much, and it sometimes happens. Maybe you were, and YouTube just took you out without you realizing. Either way, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Damien Scott, Ren, would you agree Disney Plus Secret Invasion could have been a movie? I don't know, because they're clearly going very different from the comic Secret Invasion. I really love that trailer, though. I think the trailer is absolutely fantastic. I love it as a spy thriller vehicle, very Bourne-esque for Nick Fury, chilling Winter Soldier vibes throughout that entire trailer. The music, the visuals, the color grading, the action. They're going very different from what we saw, from what we read in the comic. And I fully recommend the comic, by the way. So I don't know if it could have been a movie, because I don't know what kind of story they're doing. But I love seeing Talos in there, getting a big spotlight as well. Taking the human form, letting Ben Mendelsohn do his thing. It's interesting. Maybe with more trailers, maybe with more information, we'll know. But as of right now, I don't find I don't find myself in a position where I can answer that truthfully. Like, I don't know if it could have been a movie. Maybe it could. Maybe we'll watch the show and be like, that could have been a movie. But as of right now, I really, really don't know. Thanks for answering my question. Of course, you're here to ask questions. I'm here to answer it. That's what a Q&A is all about. One final question. Will we be going to any more film festivals this year, like the New York Film Festival? Not the New York Film Festival, but the London Film Festival, which is in October, LFF 2022. It stars on the 5th of October and ends on the 16th. So I'll be going to that, and that'll be it for film festivals this year for me. Maybe next year there's 3. There's Venice, if I get accepted again. There's Toronto, if I get accepted for the first time. And LFF is, I always fear I won't get accepted, but 5 years in a row, baby, so far. So yeah, hopefully next year, maybe 3 festivals. Because I do love doing festivals. Joe Fletcher, where do you think we see Phase 4's heroes? Phase 4 heroes whose futures are unknown. Example: Eternals, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop. Got a feeling we see Kate in the post-credit scene of Quantumania to form Young Avengers. I think we could see Kate in the Thunderbolts because she's a friend with Elena now. We could see that in Hawkeye. How cool would it be if Hawkeye was in the Thunderbolts? I think I would have the same problem as I do with Winter Soldier and Elena, but how cool would it be if they found a way to, now that Hawkeye is ready to let that life go, now he's settled with his family, he's gotten the watch for his wife and all that, he's taken her out of the danger zone per se, not the Top Gun danger zone, by the way. But how cool would it be if they also blackmailed him to be a part of the Thunderbolt? That'd be cool. To bring back the Ronin. Maybe it'd feel like too much of a repetition of Hawkeye, the show, but I think it'd be cool. I still don't think we're getting Young Avengers, man. I still don't think we're getting Young Avengers. They're not going to do that differentiation of, here's the Avengers because they're adults, and here's the Young Avengers because they're kiddies. Because years are passing, man. They're not kiddies anymore, so they don't need to be the Young Avengers. Eternals. Where do we see Eternals? I mean, at the very least, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Maybe even Fantastic Four. Who knows? Maybe we could see Eternals in Quantumania. I still think we get an Eternals too. What if we saw Eternals in the Marvels? That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. All right. Gigo EP. I heard that they showed the clip of Daredevil on She-Hulk. And from Harloff, it seems consistent to how he was in the Netflix series. Does that make you a little more excited? Equally as excited, because Kingpin was the same, tonally speaking. Like, they're not the same characters. And an interview with Charlie Cox later on has confirmed that it is not the exact same character, but it is consistent with that version. So I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that we are getting him this week. And by the way, this week, I haven't seen the new episode of She-Hulk in advance. I've seen the first 4 episodes. The 4th one came out this past week. So now I'm in the same spot as you guys are. We're all on the same boat, as I don't know what's going to happen next. Yes, apparently we're going to have Daredevil because She-Hulk needs a lawyer because she was just sued by Titania. But yeah, I'm not surprised. Aren't you surprised they didn't get Chris Evans to replace Tim Allen in the Santa Claus? That would be one way of making me watch the Santa Claus series, so maybe they should have. Since you are in your London set, I wonder how you're feeling knowing the Queen Elizabeth. I mean, honestly, I'm indifferent. I mean, it's sad that someone passed away, but it doesn't affect me. So it's not like I knew the Queen. Maybe if I had known her, she seemed like a really nice lady. She was the Queen of England for a reason. I love the crown, but other than that, I'm not thinking too much about it, to be honest. Joe Fletcher, what Pixar movies do you think deserve sequels? And you can only pick 3. I would pick another Finding Nemo Dory, a Monsters Inc. sequel, and Luca. I can only pick 3 because I would pick only 1. I think there's good potential for a Luca sequel. Number 2, so that would be my number 3. Number 2 would be Ratatouille. There's something you can do there. I'm not sure what, but there's something you can do there. The number 1 Pixar sequel I would do, without a shadow of a doubt. That's their out of their original, it's the one that has the richest potential, and that is WALL-E. How do you repopulate the Earth? What does WALL-E serve? What purpose does WALL-E serve now? Because now he's useless. Now humans are back. What purpose does he serve? And what is the new Earth? What does it look like? What will humans do? Will they repeat the same mistakes again? And all. It's ripe with potential for an epic sci-fi movie about the future of humanity and what we do to bring ourselves back up, you know? So I think it's a mistake to not do that. Tony Movie Chappie, if the rumors are true that Asa Gonzalez is playing Elektra in Daredevil Born Again, then that would be amazing casting because I didn't really care for the girl playing Elektra in the TV show. I like Elodie Young a lot. I would love if Asa Gonzalez was playing Elektra. She is an amazing actress. I once sat very near her at the Wheel of Time world premiere. I saw her just a few seats in front of me. She would be great. Really, 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 really great. Jigo EP, besides all the things that you mentioned, what do you hope happens in Thunderbolts? I hope they make Taskmaster an actual character, possibly having a combo with Bucky since they were both mind control. I really like that Taskmaster is there because she was supposedly free at the end of Black Widow, but now she is going to once again be used as a tool by just another Dreykov. In this case, it's what's her name? Valentina. I think that idea of having a quick moment. I would like to see conflict within the team, like friction. Like if we had Hawkeye and Yelena, let's imagine for a sec that their conflict hadn't been resolved and they were constantly bickering. I want to see conflict within this team, and everyone within this team is very detached from one another. Bucky and John Walker have resolved their issues. Yelena has resolved their issues with her father, and they are helping Taskmaster. Ghost, nobody in that team knows Ghost, so they have no conflict with her on the surface. So that's what I want to see. I want to see how these characters come together, not just as like the literal Thunderbolts team, but what kind of conflict do they share with one another? WC Scott, how do you feel about the Daredevil Born Again? More of a reboot, or would you prefer that it continue after Netflix season 3? Reboot. Because then you have to do a lot of adjustments to insert the seasons that came before into the MCU without creating contradictions. So I say bring back the same actors that we love, but start the proper story from scratch. In the MCU, we've never seen this Daredevil. He's been there, sure, we can believe that, but don't bring over the baggage from the other show. Both the positives and the negatives, though let's be fair, the Netflix Daredevil series doesn't have many negatives. So yeah, better to just reboot it and just say it's very similar, and we can buy that this Daredevil maybe has gone through similar experiences, but it doesn't need to be the Daredevil from the Netflix series, which is now on Disney+. All right. I've been wondering about this for a while now, but what has been a video that you were the most proud of making so far, and a video that you were disappointed in making so far? I don't think I was disappointed in making any video. I was maybe disappointed because a video I really liked didn't do so well. A video that I'm really proud of. My Man of Steel review, I'm still really proud of that one till this day. It's a really good one. When I reviewed the original Beauty and the Beast, that was really fun. When I reviewed the original Lion King, that was really fun. The MCU reviews I've been making, like I'm going to do a new Black Panther review leading up to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, like I did the 3 first Thors leading up to Love and Thunder, like I did the original Doctor Strange leading up to Multiverse of Madness. Those I'm really proud of because I really get into the movies. I really sink deep into the meanings and the stuff I like to see in movies. So those are just a few of the ones that jump out. My fan castings, I'm really proud of my fan castings. I have a ton of fun with doing those. The post-credit scenes explained that I do here and there, those are really fun. So yeah, and we just went up 2 subscribers during this live stream. So thank you very much to whoever subscribed during the live stream. All right. Jico EP, part 1 of 2. You heard the premise of the for the Marvel. Sounds like it could be fun, and I'm hoping it turns me around the Captain Marvel character. Kind of feel bad for Brie Larson. I saw an interview with her, and from the look on her face, you can tell the toxicity of the fandom got to her. No surprise there. Which is sad because she was not the problem. It was the writing and direction that didn't give her enough to do. I saw the premise of the Marvels, and it sounds like a blast. It sounds unlike, I mean, I know people tired of hearing this because there are people out there who say this about any MCU project that comes out. I certainly feel confident in saying what I'm about to say because I'm not one of those people, but it feels very different. The vibe that just the description and the trailer could come out, and I may think the trailer sucks, but just from the description, like, this is fun, this is a blast, and it justifies the presence of three characters. It's exactly what you should do when you have this kind of ensemble cast: is do something new with just these three characters that neither of these three characters have done before. And I cannot wait to see their chemistry on screen. That's going to be really fun. I still want to know whom. I'm forgetting the actress's name, but she's Tom Hiddleston's partner in real life. Cannot wait for Loki season 2. Kei Kwan is in it. That's so awesome. I wish they had revealed the trailer because they showed the trailer to the people over at D23. So yeah. Damien Scott, have you ever thought about buying bootleg DVDs for these Disney Plus shows? Nope, I haven't, because you have to search where to buy the bootleg ones, and I'm not going to give myself that much work to get them. I hope that once they see reason and start commercializing the Disney Plus shows physically, because at least over here, Amazon does it with The Boys. The Boys season 1 and 2 are on sale. I haven't bought any of them. I would like to because I'm a physical media guy. But yeah, I hope they one day, because I want the entire MCU on my shelf. I don't want to just have the movies. I want to have the MCU, and that includes the TV shows. Cole Warner Reviews asks, have you seen Under Siege 1992, the great Steven Seagal movie, free on Prime Video, starring Tommy Lee Jones as the villain? I highly recommend it since a remake of Warner Bros. In the works. I didn't know a remake was in the works, but that is one of those films that deserves a remake. I have seen it a long time ago. It's not one I personally go back to a lot. But yes. I like it a lot. Lady Aaron, can we all agree that... I hope you can all agree with that. I'm certainly not one to comment on that. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Is that Black War Greymon on your profile picture? Hang on. No, it's Shredder. I apologize. I got excited for a second. Do you think Phase 4 of the MCU is a fail? Not at all. They're taking chances. They're taking risks. They're doing different things. And when you do that, it's not going to work for everyone. The bigger risks you take, the bigger are the chances it will not work for everyone. I've liked, if not loved, a ton of the stuff they've done so far. And the stuff I've loved is not just the best stuff of Phase 4. It's some of the best stuff in the entire MCU. Loki Season 1, Moon Knight, Spider-Man No Way Home. I will not bring Thor, Love and Thunder into the conversation because I know the vast majority of people don't like that one. So fine, let's take that out of the equation. But WandaVision is really fun. She-Hulk, I think it's going to go near the bottom for me. But just be aware that the bottom of the MCU for me is Iron Man 2, and even that is rather watchable. I don't hate Iron Man 2. Did I say Iron Man? I meant Iron Man 2. The first Iron Man is very near the top. Even Thor: The Dark World. I'm a fantasy nut, so I enjoy watching that one. I will get distracted because not a ton in that story actually matters, but they are at the very worst quite watchable and entertaining, even if to a forgettable level. So even if She-Hulk does sit near the top, that comes by nature. With it being a comedy, like, I'm not going to be fully emotionally invested because the show doesn't want me to be emotionally invested. But even Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings is a wonderful film. Eternals is fantastic. And people are already starting to turn around on that one. And I've been there since day one saying it is amazing. So yeah. Lady Aaron, So with your channel being around for a while, Ren, did you ever dream about your channel reaching 4,000 subscribers? I'm really glad that I discovered you 4 years ago, and I've been a fan since because of your love for First Man. Yeah, I mean that's the dream, right? I didn't create this channel to do it half-hassedly. I created this channel and I give 150%. Because if you are watching my videos, because if you are clicking on my videos, because if you are wasting time out of your day, out of your life, watching, hearing me blab about movies that I either love or that I don't, I'm going to give you 110%. Maybe I'll fail. Maybe it will be a bad video, but I will commit 110% to give you the best video possible. Because it does mean a lot when someone clicks on a video. When I get one view, I'm like, I'm glad someone, hopefully, is enjoying the video. That's why the comments are important, to let me know, hey, did this person who watched enjoy the video? And you can not enjoy the video and give constructive criticism as to why. That doesn't often happen because it's the internet, but very rarely so I will get encouraging comments, even if they say they don't agree. We get a good conversation out of it. Even if people say they didn't like the video, there's a good conversation out of it. They don't necessarily give up on the entire channel. What I can say is, yes, I dream of 4,000. I dream of 40,000 because I wanna do this. I want to do this for a living. I want to get up there to the best of my ability. So I'll always give 110%, 150%. View Drew, do you think the guy who played Johnny Blaze in episode 4, Donnie Blaze of episode 4 of She-Hulk, will be the MCU Ghost Rider? Do you think we will still get Ryan Gosling? He's definitely not going to be Ghost Rider. By the way, that actor is in real life husband of She-Hulk's showrunner Kat Coiro. So that's a fun fact that I discovered the other day. Because he was not Johnny Blaze, he was Donnie Blaze. He will definitely not be our Ghost Rider. Will we get Ryan Gosling, though? I don't know. I would love to. Ryan Gosling is my favorite actor working today, but I don't know if we get him. I think Ghost Rider is an eventuality for the MCU. Now that we're getting Blade, now that we're getting Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, and Black Knight, and who else knows what's coming. But it's still too early to call if Ryan Gosling gets in, though I'd love to see it. Sarah Gieser, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. What's your favorite and your best and worst movie at the festival? So, like I said at the beginning, the ranking video for the Venice Film Festival is ready. I just need to make the thumbnail right after this video, and it will be up. So it's 6:57 my time, p.m. my time right now. So let's say it's 7 o'clock. 1 hour from now, the video will be up 1 hour from now. I just need to make the thumbnail, and I will upload it on the hour. So 1 hour from now, it will be up. And 10 more minutes. I'll stick around for 10 more minutes. So let's run through these. Would be cool if an Avengers team happened between Wolverine, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Blade, Punisher, and the Thing from Fantastic Four. Why just those two? That's the thing. I mean, if you're talking comics, yeah, sure. I mean, they can justify it one way or another. But in the MCU, I don't know why you just bring those select few together. Because now everyone is an Avenger. That's the way it works, and that's the way it should work, honestly. So yeah. GKOP, I'll say this, one of my favorite videos from you was oh my god, how did I forget that? Thank you for bringing that up. I suck, because that's, I mean, I'm going to be patting my own back, but that is a video I'm very proud of. That's one video I took a big chance, and I was... Did that video eventually blow up a bit, or let me see. Let me see if my video has views. That's quite a good video. So thank you for bringing that up. It means a lot to see that video get complimented. Because that was a chance I took. Like, I don't do video essays very often. So for that one, I really took a chance. This is December. And I did another one for Thor in the meanwhile. I don't think it's as good as the Icarus one, but I think it's still a really good video. Yeah, it did almost 600 views. That's all right. But yeah, I'm really proud of that video. So thank you for bringing that one, GKOP. Because when you get a chance, sometimes it will not pay off. This one didn't pay off, but I'm still very proud of it. Will there be any more fan casting videos in the future, Ren? And if so, which fan casting videos would you like to do? There will be, I'm sure. The casting videos, the only problem, if we want to call it that, with casting videos is um, the problem with casting videos is that you need something for the casting. So, like when the Batman came out, I did a that was the last casting video I did, actually, I think. Yeah, that was the last casting video I did. It was for the Batman in March. Um, so the casting videos just depend. Like if Thor came out and there isn't a clear picture where it was going next, at least for a proper Thor movie. So I couldn't really give a Thor 5 fan casting video because we clearly know where the story could go. There are teases here and there for the direction of the future of the Thor franchise. I couldn't do that because it wasn't clear by the end of the Thor movie. Um, maybe Black Adam. Black Adam comes out and it's clear where Black Adam 2 is going. Here's my fan casting. Black Panther Wakanda 2, Wakanda Forever comes out. Oh, I can do a fan casting for that. So they just really depend on what kind of note a movie leaves off. Obviously, I'm not going to do a fan casting for The Sun 2 or a fan casting for The Whale 2. You know, those kinds of movies don't warrant fan castings. But there should be another one soon. We still have some blockbusters for the rest of the year. Sarah Gieser, again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I ever pronounce the name wrong, feel free to correct me. Was Blonde that disappointed, or you just have to prepare the proper expectation for it? Never prepare expectations. I always say leave your expectations at the door. Just watch and judge and feel about the movie as the movie hits you. My expectations are always left at the door. Blonde was a film that has a ton of artistic creativity. On a filmmaking standpoint, there's a ton of qualities to it, but the source material just brings it down. The way it chooses to capture that source material just brings it down. Did not work for me. It's a risky movie. It took a chance and therefore enhanced the chances of it not pay off. And for me, it didn't pay off for the most part. I think it's an overall bad movie, but I don't think it's a movie that didn't risk it all. I think it's a movie that swung for the fences, and for me, it failed. And obviously, you take risks. Any movie, it's not going to work for everyone. So I would say it's disappointing because I was looking forward to it. Those trailers, they sold me on treating the subject matter with grace and respect, and handle it in a very intimate way. And it was none of that. But again, the expectations were left at the door. I just took the movie as it hit me, and I had to be honest about my thoughts. Whether it's the popular opinion or it's not the popular opinion, I always going to be honest about my thoughts. I was honest about my thoughts with Hereditary, that everyone loved. I was honest with my thoughts on Uncut Gems, which everyone loved. And I was honest with my thoughts on Thor Love and Thunder, which everyone hated. And now I'm being honest with my thoughts on Blonde, that I wish I had loved. Jico P102, who's an actor that you think is better than people give him credit for? Excuse me. For me, I would say Mark Wahlberg and Ryan Reynolds, as both show they can be great when given good material. I would say Kristen Stewart too, but I think now people are coming around on her. Oh, Kristen Stewart is a sensational actress. The Kristen Stewart of the Twilight era was not, because she was still very young. That was her big break, her first leading role. Now, she can be good with any material. Charlie's Angels was not good whatsoever. She was really great in it. I'm going to cheat a little bit because you said Ryan Reynolds. I'm going to say Ryan Reynolds, but another one is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He can be really good. He chooses to kind of do the action blockbuster kind of thing that kind of feeds into the belief that he just plays himself. I don't think there's true. I think not all, to be fair, but a ton of his roles have enough differentiations in the way he plays it. But what do I want to say? But he definitely has the chops. I know it's been a long time since he made these movies, but Snitch and Faster are movies that show you, oh, he has the chops. And I think he's just taking advantage while he's still at an age where he can do all these action stunts, where he can still work out at 4 a.m. till 7 a.m. and all that. He's going to come to a point where he can't do that anymore. And when that time comes, I hope I hope filmmakers take the chance on him because he definitely has the chops. Like, look at Brandon Fraser. I know most of you haven't seen The Whale. I don't think any of you, I don't want to assume, but I don't think anyone has seen The Whale. I think I'm very lucky to have already seen The Whale because it only came out at TIFF at this point. Not at TIFF. It's going to come out at TIFF today, but it only came out at Venice at this point. Like, it's not only a great performance by Brendan Fraser, I had no idea he could do this. It's a great performance from anyone, but particularly from him, who I had no idea he could do this. And look at the roles he used to take. Not exactly the same, but kind of in the same vein of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, where they are fun, light roles that do not warrant awards consideration. All right. Almost there. I'm going to try to go faster because we're 5 minutes away from the end. Question for everyone. Do you think the transformation effects in Werewolf by Night will be practical or CGI when he's transforming? The transformation, I think, will be CGI, but he has makeup on. He has makeup and prosthetics when it comes to looking like a werewolf. And I don't think it looks very good, but I've seen stuff that is not in the trailer, by the way. Let me just... The camera doesn't want to focus on me. There you go. All right. Lady Aaron, who's an actor or actress that you hope shows up in Marvel movie someday? I would say easily Ryan Gosling and Adam Driver for sure. Those are good picks. Actress who hasn't shown up yet. Anya Taylor-Joy is one. Emilia Clarke is coming in. Margot Robbie, obviously. But now, a recent addition to that list is Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon, who plays Rhaenyra Targaryen. She is the absolute perfect Spider-Gwen. The other day I put it out on Twitter that she should be Spider-Gwen. And I remembered, we talk about fan castings on the This Week in Geek podcast all the time. And I used to always say, Sydney Sweeney is the perfect Black Cat. I don't know that there's a perfect Spider-Gwen out there. I know I had my picks here and there. I know at one point I must have said Sabrina Carpenter would be good. Dove Cameron would be good. But now that I know who Millie Alcock is, that is the perfect Spider-Gwen. All right. What are your thoughts on Battle Los Angeles? Very underrated alien invasion movie. I never watched that one, so I have no thoughts. I remember it very well. I still remember the poster. The poster is very impactful. It's a really good poster. But yeah. Never seen it. Lady Aaron, what's the design on your shirt? Looks pretty cool. It's Blade Runner. It's the Black Replicants 2019. That's the origami unicorn from the end that Edward James almost makes. It's my Blade Runner shirt. Question for everyone: Who do you think is a better actor? Sorry, Hugh Jackman, Tom Cruise, or Ryan Gosling? Better actor, I will say Ryan Gosling. However, not only is Hugh Jackman not far behind, he's very close, if not on the same level, but Hugh Jackman is the greatest triple threat in the business. He can act, he can sing, he can dance. So he definitely takes that cake. Lady Aaron, are there any movies that you saw at the Venice Film Festival that you might possibly see getting nominated for Best Picture? And if so, which ones have that Best Picture nomination chance? The Sun, The Whale, The Banshees of Inisherin has a slight chance, but is starting to pick up momentum. What else? I don't necessarily agree, but I can see Tar getting a nomination for Best Picture for sure. Where is it? My playlist for the Venice Film Festival is here. No, don't start playing my videos. Yeah, I'd say that's it. The Sun, The Whale, and maybe The Banshees of Inisherin. And Tar. Those are the four that I would say have a chance. Not all of them have strong chances. Okay, your pronunciation of my name really made me laugh. I wouldn't even correct, but I really can't for the ranking video. So if there's another movie you're going to encourage me to add to my waiting list, I apologize. Please do correct me. I want to pronounce it correctly, and I apologize for not doing so. Again, Portuguese guy speaking on a second language for his entire YouTube channel. So I apologize. Never fear correcting me, because you deserve to have your name pronounced right. If you subscribe, if you spend your time watching me, if you support me in any way, I want to give you the minimum respect in pronouncing your name right. So please do let me know. The viewer Drew, what do you think? What do you think is Jeremy Renner's best performance? I think The Town. I think The Town as well. He's really good in Hurt Locker. That's his leading role. But for me, for sure, is The Town. All right, 5 more minutes. um, or is there no more questions? Oh, is she the same age of Tom Holland? I think so. Millie Alcock age 22 years. She's even younger. So I mean, she looks the same age, so she's not that much younger. So yeah. I know you're a score guy, but what are some bands or artists you listen to? Even bands and artists people wouldn't expect you to listen to. I'm very much a classic rock guy, so I'll listen to Metallica, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses. I recently, like, I was shuffling on my Spotify. I was letting it shuffle through random playlists, and I recently found a really cool band that's very much my thing. I believe it is called Dynasty with a Z, because it's cool if it's misspelled, I guess. Hang on, I can find it. Not my shows. Recently played. Isaac Gracie is an artist I recently found. Yeah, Dynasty with a Z, where the S should be. That's one. More stuff. Albums. Again, Alter Bridge is one of my favorite bands. Orion is one of my favorite bands. Black Veil Brides, Bon Jovi. I love my Bon Jovi. Breaking Benjamin is really cool. Bullet for My Valentine is one of my all-time favorite bands. I had a chance to see them recently here in London, and I couldn't afford it. Disturbed, obviously. Dragon Force, Ed Sheeran. I'm an Ed Sheeran boy. Falling in Reverse. Hans Zimmer, that's the score guy. What else? Iron Maiden, obviously, I've mentioned that. Issues is a really cool band. James Newton Howard is an underrated composer. You know what? It has nothing to do with anything, but I just passed by John Powell on my scores, and I need to rewatch Solo because it's been a while, and I like that movie. John Williams. Joseph Loduca is an underrated composer. I'm starting to get around on Junkie XL, and I know those are composers, by the way. Camelot, medieval metal, is one of my favorite things in the world. So Camelot is sensational. Linkin Park, I always go back to. And then a ton of the stuff I have here are musicals, ensembles, and all that. So off the top of my head, that's it. Oh, Post Malone is really cool. Queen. Ron Wasserman is a really cool dude, but he's more of a guy who composed a ton of 90s kids show stuff. Skillet and Sleeping with Sirens. Sleeping with Sirens is so fucking cool. What else do I have on my random rockings playlist? Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Journey. Quiet Drive is a cool band. Default is a cool band. And yeah, those are just some of the stuff I listen to. Oh yeah, Snow White. I really like her in Snow White and the Huntsman. I really like that movie. I don't think I've ever seen the extended cut. I don't think I even knew there was an extended cut. But good shout to the movie, Chappie. I love that movie. I knew that this origami shape looks familiar. Blade Runner. Shame on me. By the way, is your favorite the original or the sequel? Both amazing, I know, but which is closer to your heart? It's tough. Blade Runner 2049 was my favorite movie of 2017. That was the year I started having access to press screenings back home in Portugal, before moving to the UK. Jeremy Renner is amazing in Wind River. I still give the edge to The Town, but he's amazing in Wind River. Back to Blade Runner, though. I love Blade Runner 2049. I think it's such a profound movie. I think the original is the greatest sci-fi movie ever made. I think they're beautiful companion pieces. Now that Blade Runner 2049 exists, I never go back to the original without watching 2049 right after. It's one of those sequels that maybe surpasses, but just meets the story levels and the meanings and enhances the original, which is so rare. I just think they're beautifully contemplative on humanity and what makes one human and worth living, what is actually life. Um, they just complement and resonate with one another really well. So it's one I don't really prefer. I put them both up there. They're both tied in my top 10 movies of all time. I know that's a cheat, but that's what I do. And they're not the only ties on that list, by the way. Um, so yeah, and I do like Chinese Democracy, the song, not the album itself, but the song Chinese Democracy. I like it. Uh, all right. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, and that's it for questions. Thank you so much for this really fun, relaxed hour with you guys to celebrate bringing us over 4,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. I'm really glad that we did this. I'm really glad that it happened with through the Venice Film Festival, as I always fear that as soon as you pass a milestone, someone is going to unsubscribe and take you down below that milestone again. So I'm glad I couldn't celebrate right away just to see it linger. And you guys just not only took us above the milestone, you continue racketing it up, and we're well over that milestone at this point. So right now, it's on our way to 5,000 subscribers. Hopefully, by the next Venice Film Festival, we'll be there. Um, but I really appreciate this hour. I really appreciate all the encouragement through these past 2 weeks and by overcoming that milestone. So thank you so much. The Venice Film Festival ranking is coming in about 45 minutes, so expect that very soon. And I'm going to rest a little bit for the next couple of days, though I still have another video coming out that is not a review, but it's a very cool opportunity for you guys in case you are interested. I'm getting you a discount on something. That's all I can say for now. So that video should come either tomorrow or on Tuesday, because now I need to recuperate. I need to settle my energy back into place to get back onto screenings and onto the routine once more before the London Film Festival, because I haven't rested in a while. I didn't sleep the amount one should when I was at the Venice Film Festival, because we had to get up at 6 a.m. not only to book tickets but to get to the boat so we could get in there in time for the screenings. So I know I'm babbling now, but again, thank you all so much. I'm going to bed after uploading the video. I'm going to rest. And I'll be back very soon, everyone. So until the next one, as always, love each other,